Hi, it's Amanda, the Nail Polish Hound, and this is the introduction to my project polish for 2021. First of all, we have got 5 polishes that are returning from the 2020 project. These weren't completed and I wanted to carry them over to try and finish them off this year. The first one is Crystallising by L'Oreal, and you will see that I have remarked all of these bottles, taken off all the marks from last year and started them with a fresh mark for this year. And I'm swatching this one over the top of a dark grey. It is Kirsty by Arders Nails, and you'll see it later on in this video. The second returning polish is Indian Ocean by Model's Own. It's another topper, and again this has got a brand new mark on it. This one does take a while to settle in the bottle, and I did have trouble marking it last year, so the mark does appear slightly higher than some of the marks did at the end of the year last year. So here it is again, swatched over the top of Kirsty by Arders Nails. The next returning polish is Flip Flops and Tube Tops by Morgan Taylor, and this one I don't expect to get much use out of before the summer, but I'll definitely look forward to wearing it again then. I think there's maybe a couple more manis in this, as I've thinned it a couple of times already, and the bottom of the bottle does get narrower there, as you can see, and it is also, despite thinning, getting a little bit gloopy and more difficult to work with, so hopefully 2 more manis out of this bottle. Then we have Lounder Square by Nails Inc. I really love this colour and I'm really enjoying wearing it. It's really good throughout the year and work appropriate, so I reach for this one quite often, although the use mark doesn't go down very quickly on this bottle. As you can see, the formula on this one is still really good. I haven't had to thin it at all. Lovely polish, self levels and very shiny. And the last polish that is returning is Sparkly's High Inquisitor. I use this one as an accent nail. It's a very tiny bottle, so it is still going down quite quickly, and it's getting difficult to get the brush down to the bottom of this bottle. So I think maybe a couple of manis left with this one. Might have to thin it a little bit as well. As I said, it's getting difficult to get it out of the bottle, and I do find that glitters do stick at the bottom of the bottle and not come out when you tip the bottle up. So as you can see, this one's going to be a little tough to finish off, but I'm going to try and get a few more manis out of it. So now we're moving into the polishes that are new into this project. First of all, we have another Nails Inc, and this one is Porcher Square. It's a bit of a classic and a really pretty polish. I do love it. It has just the tiniest bit of a purple tinge to it, which makes it a little different to the rest of the taupe coloured polishes that I have, and it really then suits my skin tone quite nicely. This is a very old bottle, and that's why I've decided to include it in this project to finish it up. Next we have Hahaha by Polish Me Royalty. I really love these pretty little mini bottles by them, but I do find that mini bottles do go gloopy a lot quicker than full-size bottles. I do also have a full-size bottle of this polish, so I decided to include the mini in this project this year and to use it up. It's incredibly pretty. I prefer it as a topper, but you can sponge it to full opacity. So that's Hahaha by Polish Me Royalty. Then I have the first of 3 minis by Ada's Nails. This is Kirsty, and it's the one that you saw earlier in the video that I swatched the first 2 toppers over. It is a dark grey with a slight greenish tinge to it. I've got a lot of grey nail polishes, so I want to try them all out this year and decide which my favourites are. If I really like this one, then I will go ahead and buy a full-size bottle of it. It is an almost new bottle, so the formula is a tiny bit thin on it. I'm sure it will thicken up, but it's still good in 2 coats. Next we have the beautiful Una by Ada's Nails, and I'm fairly certain I've already bought a full-size bottle of this one. And it's quite similar to Diva Violet by Max Factor that I had in my project last year and really enjoyed wearing, so I thought I would pull this one into the project this year. Formula on this one is really good, almost a 1-coater, and I'm sure with a couple of uses it will be a 1-coater polish. Then we have Zena by Ada's Nails, and again it is another grey polish, this time a little bit lighter and quite a true grey in colour. So this again, I wanted to wear some of my grey polishes and make those comparisons, and maybe I will repurchase this in a full-size bottle later in the year. Again, it's nearly new bottle, so it is a tiny bit on the thin side, but the formula is excellent and it builds up very well. And again, I expect that this may well be a 1-coater with a few uses. Then we have another of the Polish Me Royalty minis. This one is called 3 Libras, and it is a very pale lilac glitter. Very pretty, but already starting to go a little bit gloopy in the bottle, as you can see there. It's a bit tough to work with, so I'm going to thin this one to try and get more use out of it, try and get as much out of it as I can, because it's a really pretty topper and I enjoy wearing this one. You're seeing it over the top of 1 coat of Una by Ada's Nails. And finally we have this tiny bottle by Cuccio of Illumination. I really love this polish and struggled to find a bottle of it. In the end I had to buy it together with another nail polish to get it at all, and because I haven't managed to find a full-size bottle, I've not used it. So I decided I want to use and enjoy this polish this year, and if I ever see a full-size bottle I'll be certain to pick it up, I'm sure. It's an extremely pretty topper and very unusual, with a shimmer in there as well as those blue glitters. So that's my first 10 polishes into my project polish for 2021. I have picked them quite carefully to make sure that they're colours that I will want to wear regularly, and hopefully I will therefore use quite a lot of them up. And I've also picked them so that the toppers go well with the cream polishes. So hopefully I'll be able to pair them up and use them that way too. As I use these polishes up, I will start to add some more polishes into the project. I have got 10 spaces in total in the rack that I use for storing these polishes, so I tend to have no more than 10 at a time on the go. So there you have it, here's the class for 2021. These are the nail polishes that are in my project polish. I'm certainly looking forward to wearing these and hopefully using as many up as possible. And my goal for this year is to beat the number of polishes that I used up last year. So I'm looking to try and use up more than 11. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I would be very grateful if you could like and subscribe, and I hope I will see you in the next one.